Hi everyone, my name is Paula Saladino and I'm a recent graduate from Farrington High School. Growing up in Kalihi, I've always seen a barrier between families not being able to access resources, such as healthy foods, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many have been left without jobs, making it even harder for them to access their essential needs to provide for themselves and for their families. Today, I'll be sharing my action plan called Feeding Kalihi, which I hope serves as a solution to the no access to healthy foods barrier I see in my community. On March 25th, Governor David Ige issued a stay-at-home order for the state of Hawaii due to the COVID-19 pandemic. People were impacted in different ways. Senior citizens were worried about going outside because it could mean jeopardizing their health. Parents worried about unemployment, and high school seniors worried about the cancellation of prom and graduation. However, during this unimaginable time, one of my closest friends was worried about something that I would never have thought of, which was when she would get her next meal or if she was even going to be able to eat at all that day. She told me about her family situation over the phone. It first started off with her parents being laid off from their job, then shortly after being unemployed. She tried to stay strong, but deep down inside of her, I knew she was scared. I couldn't imagine what my friend was going through, or how many people in my community were going through the same situation, or even worse. At that point, all I wanted to do was help. My vision is to create a solution that will allow those who are disadvantaged to identify and access essential needs, such as healthy foods, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. My dream is to one day raise enough money and have a drive-through food distribution event at Farrington High School to give out grocery bags to families in Kalihi who are in the greatest need of food assistance. Now I'll be talking about my action plan. However, before I get into the details of my project, I needed to identify the barriers to my vision and some potential teammates. Barriers to my vision include lack of resources, lack of initiative from the community to give back, uncertainty of what the community needs, uncertainty on who to partner with, and uncertainty on who would actually give donations. Some of my potential teammates whom I'd like to partner with or who I need help from include the Farrington High School Project Hope, the Hawaii Food Bank, the Show Aloha Challenge, legislators, local farmers and businesses, and my mentor, Molly. Moving on to my action plan. My first action plan would be my Kalihi Essential Needs Survey, which is a Google form that asks questions like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is your family in need of healthy foods? Or what are some essentials that your family is in need of? The responses from this survey will help me get a better understanding of the exact foods Kalihi families are in need of. My second action plan is my Feeding Kalihi GoFundMe. This GoFundMe will raise money towards getting and distributing healthy foods to disadvantaged families in Kalihi. My third action is to volunteer with a food distribution organization, for example, the Farrington High School Project Hope, the Hawaii Food Bank, the Show Aloha Challenge, and more. My fourth action plan is to educate myself on more public health issues in my community. I will fulfill this action plan by majoring in public health at the University of Hawaii at Manoa this fall. Going into more detail for my Feeding Kalihi GoFundMe, through this GoFundMe, I'd like to raise $5,000, which will go towards creating 100 grocery bags to distribute to 100 families in Kalihi. And each grocery bag will include $50 worth of produce and non-perishable goods. On this slide, you will see some of my goals for my GoFundMe and its purpose. If you scan the QR code, you can check out my Feeding Kalihi GoFundMe in more detail, as I just launched it this afternoon. To talk about my Kalihi Essential Needs Survey in more detail, I will use social media, my family, friends, and community to help get the word out about taking my survey. I hope to reach out to legislators in my community to help me get more Kalihi-based responses. I also will use this app called Nextdoor, which will allow me to post my survey and target only people in Kalihi to see the survey. Lastly, with the responses I get, I hope to share them with food distribution organizations in my community to help them get a better picture of the types of food that they should start or continue to provide in their food distribution events. Moving on to my ask. My first ask is to find connections to food distribution organizations on the island. With these connections, I hope to volunteer with an organization and help give back to my community. My second ask is to please help me advertise my Kalihi Essential Needs survey to help get the word out. I only have so many contacts, but with everyone's help, we'll be able to reach out to more people and get a better response outcome for my survey to provide a clear picture of the needs of the Kalihi community. My last ask is to please donate to my Feeding Kalihi GoFundMe. $5,000 is a lot of money, but I know with a lot of help, this goal is attainable and we'll be able to give healthy foods to families who need it the most. Or if you're unable to donate to my GoFundMe, please donate any sort of non-perishable foods like canned foods. Lastly, my takeaways. At first, I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I first joined the Girls Talk Back program. All I knew I wanted to do was be a leader for my community and give back. Through this program, I'm thankful to have met an amazing group of driven young women who have inspired me with their personal passions and leadership. It's hard to find people who are ambitious enough to make a difference in their community. Another takeaway from this program is that I learned that you're never too young to make a difference in this world. And I'm so grateful to have had an opportunity to turn my passion into an action. For years, I've seen this barrier with families in Kalihi not having the luxury of being able to access healthy foods. It's not until this program where I really had the time to plan a solution to this barrier. And now I'm just steps away to really making a difference. My last takeaway is having supportive mentors. Ms. Ivy, Dana, Scott, and Molly have all been supportive mentors since the first day of the Girls Talk Back program. It's scary to take on a difficult issue and provide a solution to it. But all of the mentors have really shown that they truly believe in us and want to see us succeed. For me, I've had a lot of self-doubt at times where I didn't think I could make a difference. But their support really helped me believe in myself and pushed me and which helped me push through the tough times. And for all of those reasons and much more, I'm so glad to be a part of this program. Thank you so much for listening.